will Boruto do against Goku, Luffy, Ichigo, and a bunch of other anime legends who could one-shot a planet before breakfast? That's the question we're answering today. Boruto Uzumaki. Remember when the internet roasted this kid like he was anime's biggest letdown? Yeah, that Boruto. Well, things have changed, and I mean big time. This isn't the whining, confused academy kid we met years ago. This is Blue Vortex Boruto, Karma Mastery, Dimension Walking, Frog Summoning, straight up Naruto, but cooler and maybe even deadlier. And today we're going to ask the ultimate question: can Boruto in his newest, drippiest form actually beat some of the strongest characters in anime history? I'm talking Goku, the literal god puncher, Luffy, the sun god with rubber bones, Ichigo, the multi-species sword boy, Frieren, the sleepy-eyed immortal mage, Anya, the child who can read minds and ruin lives, Deku, the broccoli with plot armor, Kafka Hibino, the half-kaiju salaryman, and Sung Jin-Woo, the man who solos literally everything. But can Boruto Uzumaki of all people take them on? What are his actual powers now? Is he secretly one of the most OP characters in new-gen anime? Stick around because the answers may actually shock. We're diving deep into their abilities, feats, lore, and throwing in some good old anime logic chaos. And trust me, you're gonna want to hear the Goku part. Let's get into it. Okay, before we throw Boruto into death battles like it's Super Smash Bros. Multiverse Edition, we need to break down what this kid can actually do now. In Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, our boy went full anime puberty glow up. He's no longer just Naruto's kid. This dude is rocking Karma Mastery. Boruto now has full control over the Karma Seal, which means he can absorb chakra-based attacks, gain strength boosts, and use Otsutsuki powers without losing his mind. He's basically an alien ninja with cheat codes. Jugon potential. While still mysterious, the Jugon Eye lets Boruto sense interdimensional rifts, negative chakra, and possibly predict movement. Think Sharingan and Byakugan had a forbidden baby. Time-space ninjutsu. Yup, he can teleport now. Boruto can open rifts and travel dimensions like it's a weekend trip to another timeline. Toad Sage Training. He's been training with the toads at Mount Myoboku just like Naruto. That means enhanced reflexes, nature energy usage, and potentially Sage Mode. Rasengan variants. And of course, he's packing multiple Rasengan types, including a lightning enhanced Rasengan and one that can bend mid-air like it's playing dodgeball. Boruto's not just strong, he's tricky, he fights smart, and he's got that classic protagonist willpower that makes him stand up even after being body slammed through a mountain. And now, let's talk about Boruto's latest flex, the Uzuhiko Rasengan. Sounds cool, right? But it's not just a flashy name. This might be one of the craziest Rasengan upgrades we've ever seen in the entire franchise. So here's what it is. Boruto's Uzuhiko Rasengan isn't your average chakra ball. It's a Rasengan infused with the rotation of the planet itself. Yes, you heard that right. He literally syncs it with the planet's own rotational force, meaning it's powered by Earth's movement, kind of like if you turned your Rasengan into a celestial Beyblade. It's not just chakra-based power anymore, it's chakra plus planetary physics. What it does. The Uzuhiko Rasengan doesn't explode on contact like traditional ones. Instead, once it hits the target, it continuously grinds and spins them internally. The rotation doesn't stop as long as the planet keeps spinning. Think of it as setting your opponent's chakra system in motion against itself, kind of like giving their body a permanent internal blender. And yes, Boruto used this to utterly wreck Code, one of the strongest remaining threats in the series. Code is no joke. This guy inherited the will of the Otsutsuki, has limiters removed, and is physically powerful enough to rival high-level shinobi. But when Boruto hit him with Uzuhiko, Code's body started spinning from the inside out, and he couldn't stop it, not even with his claw marks, chakra resistance, or Otsutsuki hacks, why it's OP. There's no explosion to absorb. It's non-linear damage which bypasses conventional healing or defense. And if you can't stop the planet, you can't stop the damage. It's poetic, honestly. Boruto ties his enemy's fate to the earth itself. If you survive Uzuhiko, it's either because Boruto stopped it or because the world ended. So yeah, Boruto is officially playing with cosmic tools now. Add that to the karma, Jugen potential, sage training, and time-space jutsu, and you're looking at a character who's finally stepping into his own legend. Alright, now that we know what we're working with, let's see how he stacks up against some anime monsters. Boruto versus Anya. Let's start with the funniest one, Anya from Spy X Family. Now let's be real, this is not a fight, this is a sitcom episode. Anya reads Boruto's mind, realizes he's traumatized beyond belief, and instantly gives up. But hear me out, Anya has the power to ruin missions, trigger mental breakdowns, and read minds like she's flipping through a magazine. Boruto walks in with the fate of the world on his shoulders, and she's over there thinking about peanuts. Winner. Anya's the GOAT in chaos potential, but Boruto one-shots this child into next week if it ever came to that. But we love her, so let's not go there. Boruto versus Deku. Now we're heating up. Midoriya Izuku, the chosen inheritor of One for All, 100% Smash Boy. On paper, Deku is a monster. His full-powered attacks are insane. We're talking city-level damage when he's going all out. With Fajin, Danger Sense, Black Whip, and Gear Shift, he's basically Spider-Man, the Flash, and Superman mixed into one green-haired cannonball. Even though Deku has no chakra, Blue Vortex Boruto still defeats him due to superior versatility, battle IQ, and hacks abilities like the Uzuhiko Rasengan, which bypasses traditional durability by causing internal damage through planetary rotational force, meaning it doesn't rely on chakra to be deadly. While Deku is faster and physically stronger with abilities like Fajin, Gear Shift, Danger Sense, and 100% One for All, his powers are mostly close range and brute force based, whereas Boruto fights with teleportation clones, sage-enhanced reflexes, and deceptive tactics. Deku might dominate early with speed and power, but Boruto's ability to manipulate the battlefield, use misdirection, and unleash physics-based attacks gives him the long-term edge. Winner, Boruto, with effort but clean. Boruto versus Kafka Hibino. Kafka Hibino from Kaiju No. 8 is built like your favorite kaiju movie. Huge, destructive, and hiding a heart of gold. In his kaiju form, Kafka has insane physical strength, regeneration, and durability. He can survive explosions and tear through monsters the size of buildings, but he's still figuring out how to use that power properly. Boruto defeats Kafka Hibino in a high difficulty fight due to superior speed, versatility, and hacks abilities, despite Kafka's overwhelming strength and regeneration, while Kafka in his Kaiju No. 8 form can destroy buildings with his punches, tank massive hits, and regenerate from critical damage. His style is straightforward and lacks the tactical nuance to deal with a ninja like Boruto. Blue Vortex Boruto uses shadow clones, space-time teleportation, and high-level battle IQ to constantly misdirect and outmaneuver opponents. Most importantly, Boruto's Uzuhiko Rasengan bypasses Kafka's durability and regeneration entirely by causing continuous internal damage linked to the Earth's rotation, damage Kafka cannot block or heal from. While Kafka might dominate in close combat if he lands a hit, Boruto's agility, deception, and the sheer broken nature of Uzuhiko Rasengan ensure he ultimately wears Kafka down and finishes the battle. Winner, Boruto with the agility and IQ. Kafka's got heart, but he's not out ninja-ing Boruto. Boruto versus Luffy. Okay, now we're stepping into the Chaos Zone. Monkey D. Luffy, the man who turned rubber into rage. With Gear 5, Luffy is basically a cartoon god. Reality bends around him. He can stretch, twist, grow giant, run on air, and turn his enemies into Looney Tunes victims. And the craziest part, he does it with joy. He's immune to fear, pain, and depression. expression. Dude smiles while punching gods. But Boruto isn't a basic punch target. He doesn't rely on traditional attacks. He can teleport, launch chakra-based sneak attacks, and absorb chakra techniques. And here's the kicker. Luffy's powers aren't chakra-based, meaning Boruto can't absorb them. But Boruto's ninja tricks, his toad summons, shadow clones, and his ability to read battle momentum give him a serious edge in tactics. Boruto versus Luffy is a clash of raw power versus tactical finesse, but ultimately Boruto holds the edge thanks to his versatile abilities and the devastating Uzuhiko Rasengan, while Luffy in Gear 5 boasts near unstoppable strength, durability, and Toon Force physics that let him bend reality and tank god-level attacks. Boruto's mastery of space-time ninjutsu grants him near instant teleportation and battlefield control, allowing him to avoid Luffy's overwhelming punches. The Toon Force in Luffy's Gear 5 certainly grants him reality-bending, cartoon-like durability and the ability to shrug off or even ignore many types of damage, which makes him incredibly hard to hurt with normal physical or energy attacks. It lets him stretch, deform, and even break the laws of physics in battle, giving him a kind of near invulnerability to conventional damage. However, Toon Force, while powerful, is not explicitly shown to be absolute or limitless. It mainly protects Luffy from external damage, like punches, blasts, or environmental hazards. The big question is, what about internal or metaphysical damage that doesn't rely on blunt force or conventional physics? Boruto's Uzuhiko Rasengan is unique because it causes continuous internal damage based on the planet's rotation, which isn't just a physical hit, but more of a metaphysical, unstoppable effect working at a fundamental level. Since this damage bypasses conventional durability and regeneration, it potentially bypasses even Toon Force's external protections. There's no clear canon evidence showing Gear 5's Toon Force can defend against this kind of internal planetary scale damage. Luffy's Toon Force mainly helps with physical and environmental resilience, not this kind of unique, continuous effect. Most importantly, Boruto's Uzuhiko Rasengan inflicts continuous internal damage tied to planetary rotation, a form of harm that bypasses Luffy's rubbery body, haki, and even his Toon-like resilience. Although Luffy's brute strength and unpredictable fighting style could overwhelm Boruto initially, if Boruto manages to land this unique Rasengan, it will wear Luffy down over time, making Boruto the likely winner in a tough, close-fought battle. Verdict: Boruto wins. His Uzuhiko Rasengan's unique internal planetary damage likely bypasses Luffy's Toon Force invulnerability, giving Boruto the edge in a strategic, drawn-out fight. Boruto versus Ichigo. Ichigo Kurosaki, Shinigami, Quincy, Hollow, Fullbringer, Hybrid from Hell. The guy's got more power-ups than an RPG speedrun. Let's be clear, Ichigo is stupid fast. He can cut dimensions, block attacks that split mountains, and enter Bankai faster than you can blink. Boruto Uzumaki from 2 Blue Vortex is incredibly powerful, with Otsutsuki tier strength, time-based Rasengan techniques, space-time jutsu, and Jugen-based precognition, allowing him to battle Code and Ten Tails level threats. However, Ichigo Kurosaki, in his 1,000-year Blood War and Hell Arc form, is on a far higher tier, possessing FTL plus speed, multi-continental to planetary destructive power, and resistance to reality warping, soul-based attacks, and time manipulation due to his hybrid nature. Shinigami, Quincy, Hollow, Human. Ichigo has defeated foes like Yuwak, who could alter fate and timelines, a scale far beyond Boruto's opponents. While Boruto is rising fast, Ichigo's feats, raw power, and hacks resistance make him the clear winner in a head-to-head, with Ichigo taking the fight mid to high difficulty. Verdict: Ichigo Kurosaki wins mid to high difficulty due to superior speed, power, and overwhelming hacks resistance that Boruto can't match. Boruto versus Frieren. Now let's get magical. Frieren from Frieren. Beyond Journey's End is a literal ancient mage with thousands of years of spell mastery. She can summon meteors, erase souls, freeze time, and analyze spells instantly. She's like a magical Google search bar with infinite mana. Boruto, while powerful, is still a close to mid-range fighter. His Rasengans don't negate magic. His karma can't absorb mana. And Frieren, well, she's patient. She doesn't rush. She'll cast from a distance, observe, analyze, and strike when it's lethal. Boruto Uzumaki, 2 Blue Vortex, defeats Frieren with low to mid difficulty due to overwhelming speed, power, and versatility. Boruto has Otsutsuki tier strength, can react to and blitz characters like Code, who absorb Ten Tails chakra, and wields techniques like Rasengan Uzuhiko, which grinds enemies endlessly using planetary rotation. He also has space-time teleportation, karma-based regeneration, and the Jugen, which grants precognition and chakra detection. In contrast, Frieren excels in spellcasting, illusions, and barriers, with feats like defeating Ceres' clone and casting dozens of high-tier spells simultaneously. However, her strongest offensive spell, Zoltrak, while lethal in her world, scales only to city or mountain-level destruction and lacks the speed to tag someone like Boruto. She also lacks physical durability and relies heavily on preparation and ranged magic. Against Boruto's fast-paced, close-range, and planet-level combat style, Frieren is quickly overwhelmed before she can mount a proper defense, leading to Boruto's clear victory. Verdict: Boruto wins with low to mid difficulty due to vastly superior speed, destructive power, and close combat capabilities that Frieren's magic can't counter in time. Boruto versus Sung Jin-Woo. Now it gets disrespectful. Sung Jin-Woo, the man who doesn't need a team because he is the team. Shadow Monarch, Infinite Summons, Necromancer, God Mode. Sung Jin-Woo solos literal armies. He defeats demons, dragons, and even time-manipulating entities. His power grows every fight. His shadows resurrect fallen enemies, and he can blink through attacks faster than most people can react. Boruto, in his Blue Vortex form, is extremely powerful, wielding karma mastery, space-time ninjutsu, Toad Sage enhancements, and the deadly Uzuhiko Rasengan, which causes unstoppable internal damage linked to Earth's rotation. However, Sung Jin-Woo at his peak as the Shadow Monarch operates on an entirely different level. He possesses near immortality, godlike regeneration, time manipulation, stealth, dimensional travel, and commands an army of shadow creatures stronger than most anime characters. While Boruto could potentially land a hit with Uzuhiko, Sung Jin-Woo's existence isn't bound by normal planetary physics, meaning the Rasengan's effect likely wouldn't bypass his Monarch-class durability or soul-based regeneration. In a direct fight, Sung Jin-Woo's overwhelming stats, hacks, and experience grant him the victory in a high-difficulty battle, making him a tier above Boruto despite the latter's impressive growth. Boruto would give him a challenge at first. Fast movement, space-time tricks, high-level ninjutsu, but once Jin-Woo adapts, it's over. He always adapts. Boruto, the son of Naruto Uzumaki, just being casually arised by Sung Jin-Woo. Verdict: Jin-Woo stomps. He doesn't just win. He hires Boruto posthumously. Boruto versus Goku. Let's not even pretend. Goku is the anime measuring stick. Super Saiyan? Check. Ultra Instinct? Yup. Busted power scaling? Absolutely. SSJ4 Daima mode? You already know. Boruto can absorb chakra-based attacks. Great. Goku doesn't use chakra. He uses ki. He bends gravity by existing. He sneezes harder than most characters punch. And even holding back, Goku destroys moons on accident. Could Boruto teleport away? Sure. Could he get in a sneak hit? Maybe. But the second Goku stops playing around, it's GG. Goku solos the Naruto-verse casually. Even if Boruto goes full Otsutsuki, this is like bringing a Rasengan to a Spirit Bomb fight. Verdict: Goku wins. Every timeline, every filler arc, every fanfic. So where does that leave us? Boruto Uzumaki in Blue Vortex is no longer the whiny, overshadowed sidekick of the Naruto franchise. He's a certified power powerhouse, mastering karma, sage training, interdimensional jutsu, and more. He's cunning, fast, and evolving. Against mid-tier shonen heroes like Deku, Kafka, and even Luffy in some matchups, he holds his own or wins. Against magic legends like Frieren or multiversal soloists like Jin Wu and Goku, he tries, he bleeds, he dies. But here's the thing, Boruto has potential. He's climbing. In 5 years, he might actually go toe-to-toe with some of these monsters. The fact that we can even have this debate says a lot. From meme to menace, Boruto is here, and he's not done yet. So next time someone clowns on Boruto, show them this video and say, you clearly haven't read Blue Vortex. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to Uzuhiko Rasengan that like and subscribe buttons to make my world go round and round. Also, consider watching these horrifyingly amazing videos. Now excuse me while I listen to Around the World by Daft Punk while I try and feel the Earth's rotation.